And the next speaker is Senia Mihitarayan. I understand that instead of this speaker, another speaker will stand in, and he's going to talk on enhancing examination assessment in medical university and AI-powered validation and grading system informed by student and examiner feedback. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry, my colleague Ksenia is now traveling to the conference. I will be there as well in a couple of days, so I will speak instead of her. So we to meet the challenges of the modern world and our commitment to sustainability, we try to enhance our internal system for collecting the written papers from the students using the power of artificial intelligence. And this is our proposition on how to do it right. We're only in the developing stage, but maybe some comments from the judges and from the viewers will help us to make this system even better. So in 2019, we introduced our own development, the system for collecting the written response from our students, where teachers create their own questions, and then the students respond to these questions, providing the written feedback. This written feedback then is checked by anti-plagiarism software to make sure that the students have not plagiarized the answers from others and exclude the breaches of academic integrity. So this is one help to our teachers that we built into the system. But the teacher then need to evaluate the answer using the standardized checklist, giving the criteria for each of the sections that we provide in the checklist, and this also they need to write down the written comment to the student regarding his written response. We've done the survey of 617 teachers who use this system, and also 2,358 students who submitted the written responses and then later got the feedback from the teacher. And we kind of were surprised with the results that we got from this survey. 58% of teachers were dissatisfied with large numbers of written responses that they had to grade, and complained that at the end they end up giving the templated feedback to the student or skipping the feedback at all, just giving the numerical grade. And only 18% of teachers were completely satisfied. On the contrary, the students, basically 35% of students were dissatisfied with templated feedback that they were getting from the teachers, and also 25% thought that it's too subjective because the same mistakes that two different students were made in their papers were graded differently by different assessors, and so they thought it's very subjective, and they requested for us to implement the system of more objective assessment, where at least the same mistakes will lead to the same reduction of points. So what we proposed to have the artificial intelligence system which will analyze the responses of students before giving them to the teachers, and highlighting the common errors in the responses and suggesting the amount of points that the teacher needs to reduce. So this system is supposed to work jointly with the teacher. It will not replace the teacher, of course, completely, but the role for the teacher is to set the correct response for the given question, and artificial intelligence probably connected through API interface to ChatGPT, for example. We search for similar responses in students and search for the correct responses first, then mark the errors, mark the differences with correct response in the students, and provide the list of errors to the teacher. And teacher marks the errors, helps the artificial intelligence, of course, mark the errors and also give the points. And then the artificial intelligence system will search for similar errors in other students' papers. And basically allows both the teacher and the student to get away from the templated feedback, because it will be generating the feedback. This is the first step based on the errors which it found in the papers. And of course, the teacher will have to approve the final decision by the artificial intelligence system, but at least it will make their job a little bit easier, and maybe they will stop complaining that they will have to grade a lot of papers in a very limited amount of time. So our system, when implemented, will significantly help our teachers and students and increase the quality of the education. And we hope that we will be able to successfully integrate the system into existing learning management system of our university, save time for grading, increase the validity of assessment, mark common errors with the same reduction points, and reduce the subjectivity of the assessment. So thank you very much for your listening to my presentation. I'm welcoming questions and comments.
Thank you very much. Now the paper is open for discussion. So may I again invite the judges to query the speaker if they have any clarifications.
Again, Victor, excellent presentation. And you and your colleagues highlighted how AI can be leveraged to enhance the processes and also the learning, as well as reduce the work burden for the teachers. This is an excellent work. Just a very quick query. So, I mean, I love the workflow that you have put in place to reduce the burden and also to improve clarity. How did you manage to get this approved within the university, and what was the process that came through in getting the necessary approvals? Because this is high-stake exams. And how did you use this to drive students' learning? So assessment for learning. Or is this still a pilot?
Yeah, I understand. So we haven't introduced the system yet. But we introduced the system of written examination and graded feedback. And we thought that providing students with the written feedback from the teachers will help them to improve their learning. But apparently the teachers started giving them just templated feedback. So this incorrect response, and that's all, and giving just numerical grades. So that's why we want to improve it and make really it used for learning. And also to highlight to the teachers the main mistakes that students make answering the questions, so they could either correct the questions or maybe correct the way they teach, or maybe move the teaching to so to highlight these particular errors that students make in their responses, because this is the deficiency in the teaching program as well. So we try to just to make sure that the assessment drives learning, but sometimes it's our ideas are not put into the practice very well. So, but we're improving.
Thank you for that.
Mr. Victor, it's a good presentation. Congratulations. Yeah. So only one question. Is it in this one, the abstract only says about the teacher's feedback regarding using the system, the LMS for marking, but doesn't say about the integration of the AI in the marking scheme. So is it implemented, or you're only planning, or have you done the pilot with it?
No, we're already using it for like several years, but without artificial intelligence. It's now built into our learning management system. The students see the results. The grades are just inserted then into the LMS back. But these are two separate systems, and if we built the artificial intelligence company, and we need to make sure that it's built into our existing systems. It's not that over top of something else. So